Alrighty.
How we doing? How we feeling, people?
What's Gucci, people? What's Gucci? How we doing? How we doing? How we feeling? And how we living? All of them. All of the above is what we
All
want
of
to know.
the above. Exactly.
Let us know who's here with us. Let us know who's hanging out. You guys know the deal by now. We are answering your start sit questions heading into week 10. Obviously, a lot of things are still unknown with, injuries and people who are questionable and that kind of thing. But
Decision type vibes.
we're definitely going to obviously do our best to give you the best possible advice that we can, as we always do. Are you going to stay up for the game? Because that Seahawks Bucks game is at
1:30.
1:30 a.m. for us.
Yeah, it depends. I might get up and then fall asleep again. I might get up. I might watch the game maybe until like halftime and then take like a little nap.
Yeah.
And then it might be hard because we don't have our couch in here anymore, so we'll see what happens. I might just fall asleep and then rewatch that game. But I have a lot of people. I have Tom, I have Mike, I have Chris Godwin in some leagues. I have Lenny in some leagues. I got a lot of stock in this league. I have no one on the Seahawks, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yep. All right. What's up? All right. We're going to start answering some questions. As always, please be aware that super chats will get answered straight away. Outside of that, we will answer the questions in order. And, of course, we will bounce over to Twitch as well. Cole says, what's up, boys? Start 2 in full PPR. Josh Palmer, Jerry Jeudy, and Connor. So, for me, the two I would start would be Palmer and Jeudy. What about you?
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm starting those two. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen both out. Palmer should have a good workload. And then the Broncos, you see Jerry Jeudy he's been all right. He's been all right so far.
All right, yeah. And Palmer last week had 10 targets, caught 8 of them for over 100 yards. On Connor, he is very intriguing rest of season because what we were worried about is what is his usage going to be. But last week he was clearly the RB1. The issue that Badake and I are looking at is, until week 17, there's only one matchup I really like for him. Plays the Rams this week, then the Niners, then Patriots in week 14, Denver in week 15, Tampa Bay in week 16. So Connor's only got one matchup I really like from now until the rest of the fantasy playoffs.
Agreed.
Pollard or Monty? I'm probably going Pollard here. What about you?
Oh. Who's Pollard play?
Pollard plays Green Bay, I believe.
The Packers.
And we're still unsure of Zeke's status.
Yeah. I think if Zeke doesn't play, obviously I'll go Pollard. But if Zeke does play, I'm going Monty.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's actually not a bad idea. I guess like in my head, I'm saying Pollard because I'm assuming Zeke is not going to play.
Yeah.
But Monty definitely has the better matchup, and he's been getting. He's had at least 14 carries since week 6 every single week. So yeah, if Zeke doesn't play, we're both going Pollard. If he does, we'll both go Monty. What's up, Paroli? What's up, Tyler? Dimitri says Pollard's a better play. Let's see. If Zeke doesn't play, we agree. Joe says I'm starting the Steelers D this week.
Yeah, so am I.
You're right.
So am I. I definitely picked up the Steelers defense, and I'm starting Manny Dalton. TJ Watt's coming back. Manny Dalton's been throwing a touchdown, I feel like, to every other team or every opposing team so far.
What's up, Gavin? Shop King says Lamb or Pittman Jr. We're going Lamb there. We're going
Lamb there. No doubt about it.
Daniel says need a tight end, Komet or Foster Moreau.
Oh,
it's a good question because Moreau's actually he's been pretty reliable. He's not been a superstar by any means, but he's been on the field at least 96% of the snaps for every week for the past 3 weeks. He hasn't seen less than 5 targets. He had a spike week in week 8 with 9 targets. They play Indy, but I think I'm gonna ride the hot hand of Cole Komet.
Come on, baby, talk it up. Give it a Cole Komet.
It could be awful, but
It could be awful.
I'm gonna ride the hot hand of Kokomet. Thank you so much for the sub, Christian.
We appreciate you.
Are you going Komet as well?
Going Kokomet as well. Yeah, I like Foster Moreau. Hey, maybe coming into this game now with Darren Waller out, they probably are going to say, okay, let's just get him in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, let's just put him in and not put him in, but let's just give him the full workload that we would give Waller. Maybe that's what could happen this week, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and Moreau also has the advantage that Hunter Renfrow went to the IR as well. So
exactly.
It's intriguing. It's definitely intriguing. Tyler says quarterback struggles. Got Kyler Murray as my starter, but I got Jimmy G as my backup. Brady on the waivers. If Kyler doesn't play, who we picking? If he plays, I might. Yeah. If Kyler plays, I'll play him. If he doesn't, I'm probably gonna go Jimmy G here.
Yeah, I don't mind playing Jimmy. You know, obviously Brady, you're gonna pick him up and then start him against Seahawks. That's a 1:00 game, and then get upset if Kyler plays, right? So just wait, see if Kyler plays. If he plays, that's great. And if he doesn't play, that's all right. You got Jimmy G against the Chargers at home. Debo should be coming back, so I'm okay playing Jimmy G. Yeah, exactly.
We've said this before. Like Jimmy, the only thing he needs to do to get fantasy points is just, can you throw a screen pass? Can you throw a slant? Then you're gonna score fantasy points for Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Noah Selby, it has been a minute, my guy. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. By the way, I hope that, Noah, you were able to watch our Dynasty channel this offseason. I know that you're a Dolphins fan. I remember that, and we were huge buys for Tua. I know that we were against him after his rookie year, but I hope you were able to watch our Dynasty channel because we were huge believers in Tua this year. And if you're a Dolphins fan, I know you are, then you're going to be really loving this year. No, it's been a good year for you. He says, what's good, boys? I'm hella torn here. Risk it with Kyler in the late window or T-Law against the Chiefs. Yeah, I will say,
that's a problem.
I will say, if you get a report that, you're probably going to get a report in the next 8 hours for Kyler, guys, and it will say is likely to play or is not likely to play.
Yeah.
And I think Trevor Lawrence is a fine start against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are defensively, as a Chiefs fan, they're not very good defensively, and they're giving up a lot of touchdowns through the air as well. So T-Law is a fine start streaming option if Kyler's not able to go, but I'll still lean Kyler if he plays.
Yeah, I agree. And you should be okay. Hey, maybe even usually what happens is like after this live stream, and now with not after this live stream, it usually happens at like 2:00. 2:00 in the middle of the night for you guys. That's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure you're in the West Coast, so that actually is in favor for you. Noah, if you have Twitter and all those notifications, you should probably definitely hear an answer soon. So
yeah,
I agree with Zach.
TS says Broncos, Titans, or Giants D this week. Just disclaimer: defense is almost impossible to predict, so please keep that in mind. But
I'm going Giants here.
Yeah, I'm going Giants as well versus the Texans
Broncos,
at home.
Yeah, Broncos and Titans play each other, and Treylon Burks is coming back. Ryan Tannehill is coming back. You know, Broncos coming off a bye week. Give me the Giants.
JGM says Dynasty, Michael Pittman in a first or A.J. Brown and Pat Frymuth. I'll probably take the A.J. Brown side here.
Yeah, I agree.
We have a question over on Twitch from St. Louis Rams fan. Says, good evening. My running backs are Walker, Henry, Fournette, Foreman. Some want to trade Pat Mahomes for Ken Walker. If you're in a one quarterback league, no, you keep the running backs.
Agreed.
In one quarterback league, I'm not going to make any big trade for a quarterback.
100%.
And you have Dak, it looks like, which is a more than fine starter. But if it's super flex, then I'll take Pat. I'll take Pat over Ken Walker in a super flex league.
Yeah. 100%.
Back on YouTube, Parole says,
should I flex Walker, Kirk, or Pierce?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's Ken Walker, Christian Kirk, and Damian Pierce. Is that what you're assuming as well?
That is actually who I am assuming. Walker, Kirk, Pierce. It's between Walker and Kirk for me.
Damian plays the Giants. I'm gonna go Ken Walker here.
Yeah, I was leaning Ken as well. I like Kirk though against the Chiefs.
Same.
I really like that matchup. I'm going Kirk with the upside.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Kirk. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kirk with the upside. I think Walker is definitely gonna find the end zone, but I think Kirk could get 12 targets, 100 something yards this week.
I don't think that's crazy. The only reason I'm going Ken is because I feel like he's going to touch the ball so many times. Last week versus Arizona, he touched the ball 30 times, and they say they're still yet to unleash him. So I just think Kin is going to touch the ball so many times, so I'll take him. But
Classic
I get it.
Pete Carroll, you
It
know?
is classic Pete. You can't really.
How many
trust him
times
too
it
much,
can
but-
touch the ball? 30 times? Oh, he actually can get double that. I don't
I'm
know
gonna
if
give
you
him
guys
actually
know that.
70 touches this week.
Yeah.
But no, I'll just go Kin with the guaranteed touches.
No, that's fair.
Gavin says PPR need a running back and 2 flexes: Swift, Monty, Deontay, Palmer. Okay.
I need a running back and 2 flexes. I'm going Swift,
Yeah.
Palmer, and
Monty.
I'm going Palmer. Ooh.
I think
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
go
Monty,
Deontay.
bro. You
I think
going
I'm going
Deontay over
Deontay.
Monty?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going Swift, Deontay, Palmer. Coming off a bye week, Chase Claypool's gone. Kenny Pickett's the starter. I'm liking what's happening. Swift, Deontay, Palmer for me.
Okay, I think something that's important, which I need to find out for us, is if Marcus Lattimore is going to play or not, because he is. Wait, retires? Oh, why I say Marcus? I meant Marshawn. My bad, guys. I literally looked at a report. I'm like, he retired? That's former 49ers running back.
I think
he's officially been ruled out. So that definitely helps the wide receivers in Pittsburgh. I'm still going Monty, though. I'm still sticking with my guns. Swift, Monty, Palmer. But I understand
that's
it.
fair.
Sully says Herbert or pick up Jimmy G or Trevor Lawrence. Herbert's got a pretty tough matchup versus the Niners. Man, that's a good question. I think I'm still going Justin Herbert, but it's really close between them.
He played the Niners already, didn't he? No, he hasn't.
I don't believe so.
He hasn't played.
They're not in the same division.
True, they're not in the same. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I was like, I think they played already. I'm thinking the same division.
I'm gonna go Herbert here, but it is close between them.
Yeah, I'm going Herbert. For me, it would be Herbert or Trevor Lawrence. I think it's closer than we would expect.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I am going Herbert. It's going to be a tough matchup. A lot of dump off passes, maybe a screen to Austin Eckler for the touchdown.
Yep. Justin Fields or Goff? I'm going Fields.
Fields, agreed.
Fields should be considered over a lot of people.
Yeah.
My start of the week last week, hell yeah, let's go. And he's just gonna keep doing his thing. Non-PPR flex spot, Connor, Monty, Gibson. And non-PPR, Connor, Monty, Gibson. I'm probably going Monty there.
Yeah, I'm going Monty with the touches. Potential
Paroli
goal line
says,
opportunity.
who should I start, Brady or Goff?
Bro, I'm in the same exact position. You tell me. You tell me, because right now it will genuinely be a last minute thing. Like, I'm sitting there 10 minutes before the game, and I'm looking at Tom Brady warm up. I'm like, holy shit, that's the goal. I'm going to start him.
Yeah, I'm going Tom Brady.
And the next minute he gets 12 points. That's right now. I am leaning Tom Brady. But Jared Goff has a really good matchup this week, in my opinion.
Man,
it's
Tom Brady's
tough.
been so disappointing this year, but I am still going to go Tom. Must-win matchup, I would say. Mm-hmm. Even though if they lose this, they're still number 1 in the NFC South. I said this on our Patreon-only stream, which, by the way, shout out to everyone who's on Patreon. We have a supporter-only stream. If you become a member on YouTube, there's a certain tier that you'll be able to access that as well. We go live for an hour each week, and we just did that before we went live here. And I was talking about what the hell was I talking about? Oh, sorry. I was talking about how you and I are NFC East fans. We have teams in the NFC East, and it feels like in 1 year it snapped, and the NFC East is now actually the NFC South. It just happened that fast.
Yeah. No,
anyway,
I feel you.
Andreas says, who should I start as my second flex full PPR? Wandale, Kadarius, or Marvin? I'm probably going Wandale here.
Yeah, I'm going Wandale for sure. No doubt about it.
But it could be Tony next week.
It could be Tony next week. Tony, this is a big game for Tony, for fantasy players to really understand what's going to happen. Cole Harmon is out, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how that plays out. They're playing against the Jags. It could be very, very interesting. But give me Wandale Robinson, baby.
Yeah. Shopkey says, you sure? Yes, we are very sure. Especially if it's Sam Ehlinger. There's no question in my mind that I'm starting CeeDee Lamb over Michael Pittman Jr.
Shopkey, be prepared to be disappointed if Matt Ryan does come in, though.
Because if Matt Ryan plays, then yeah, it's a different story entirely.
Exactly.
But that's not the reality we're currently living in.
Exactly. Right now, Sam Ehlinger is the starter, but halftime, Matt Ryan's is coming in. Michael Pittman hyper-targeted eight targets in the second half. He'd be like, damn, I should have started him I would have started him too if I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, but right now Sam Ellinger is a starter, and we would definitely go Lamb over Pittman if he is a starter.
Yeah.
Um,
Inglewood,
Ingle, which
Sutton,
one?
or Ayuk for the rest of the season. I'll go Ayuk.
Oh, for the rest of the season, I think I'm going Sutton rest of the season.
You still going Sutton?
I'm still going Sutton rest of the season.
Sutton has been atrocious though.
It's been terrible. It's been
We're
terrible.
talking
but
3 weeks in a row under 6 points.
I feel you. I think once again, bye week, something has to happen. I'm still believing in Court. I mean, look what he's done.
Can I tell you why though?
The first
Like
5
I feel
weeks.
that way though. The reason I feel that way is because it happened in week 6, right? Week 6 onwards, Cortland Sutton's been under 6 points. You know what else happened in week 6? The arrival of Greg Dulcich. I feel like Greg Dulcich is the second option, or tied for the first option on this team moving forward.
Okay. Give it to Jerry Jeudy though. Give it to Jerry Jeudy. That's all that matters. Not jokes.
Otten or Tunyon, full PPR. I'm going to Otten. I know I said T, but I meant Otten. I like Otten. It's a good matchup for Otten this week. He is one of the players that I highlighted on one of our videos, but it's a good matchup versus Seattle. They get dominated by tight ends typically.
Yeah, I like Otten as well. Keep him there. Sully, rank these guys for Week 10 PPR: James Conner, Jeff Wilson, Devonta Smith, Antonio Gibson in order.
Devonta Smith would be
Devonta Smith. Give me Jeff Wilson, Gibson, Conner. That's me.
Yeah. For me, Devonta Smith. Remember last time he played Washington, he scored that big 30-point game. I'll go Jeff Wilson next. Then I'll go James Conner and Gibson. Easy. Indy is a hot mess. Pittman is a huge gamble. I agree, and I have him in Dynasty, so I feel the pain. Christian K says Ayuk, Pittman, Curtis Samuel, pick 2.
Oh, I'll go Ayuk, Pittman here.
Yeah, same. Even though we're talking about Pittman, Curtis Samuel has been pretty up and down with Taylor Heineke. He's just not prioritized the same way.
Taylor Heineke.
It's crazy that Curtis Samuel is a wide receiver 13 in PPR formats right now. But I am going to sit him, especially against this defense. Last time we played this defense, it was all right, but it was Carson. Jesse says, thoughts on that big Fields trade in Alpha? I liked it.
Is that the one with Cam and the 2 first? I thought it was great.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it was fun to see a big trade like that. Maybe we should make a video about that on our Dynasty channel. Maybe we should cover it. You never know.
PPR. Sorry, go for it.
No, I think I haven't been able to look at where those picks are, so that won't matter, but maybe we should make a video on it.
Maybe we should.
C-Doc says, need 2, please. Jeff Wilson, Curtis Samuel, Zay Jones, and Donovan People-Jones. I'll go Jeff, and I'll go Curtis.
Jeff. My name, who's Donovan People player? I'm liking Donovan Peoples personally. Peoples. Let me just look at what he's done. Remind myself. Go on Peoples.
Okay.
Give me Jeff and Peoples.
All right. Pick 1 full PPR, Swift, Jamal.
Pick 1 Swift or Jamal.
I'm probably going Jamal, man.
I'm going Swifty. I trust Swifty. I think it's going to be okay. He did not have an injury designation going into this week, to the weekend. So that means he is a full go, full participation. You hope and expect that he gets more than, more carries. So they're playing Chicago, divisional rival. This should be a good game for Swifty. Give me Swift.
All right. What's up, Shop Key? No, appreciate you, boy. Fins up.
No worries, brother.
Christian says, who do you guys have ranked higher in order of rest of season? Amon-Ra, Mike Evans, and CD. That's a really good question because I think they're all very, very similar. I
think for me,
there's not a single one that stands out to the other. I will put them in a very, very similar tier. But I think I still put Amon-Ra as 1. Just because of what he has shown to be the dominant guy on his team. So I'll do Amon-Ra, CD, and then Evans. But again, I don't have a strong preference either way on this one.
Yeah, I think for me, Mike is the strongest one. And then what's hard is between Amon-Ra and CD. I'll probably put Amon-Ra in number 2 just based off of the need the team needs, how much the team needs him, Now Not that they don't need CD, but he has Doltage. You have Tony now that's kind of emerging, and then Zeke has been there for a while. And the defense has been really good for the Cowboys. So I'm gonna go Mike, Amon-Ross, CD.
Yeah. Gerard, sorry. Evening, guys. I started Patterson on Thursday. Hey,
So I see the
if anyone
chat
out there started Patterson on Thursday, we just want to let's take a quick 5 seconds of silence for them, okay? Right now. And we're back. Just wanted to honor those people.
It's okay.
Patterson on Thursday, so I need CMC to drop an absolute nuke. It can happen. It can definitely happen. Slayer said, and good luck. Slayer says PPR, Fryermuth, or Komet. I'm going Fryermuth.
Yeah, Pat the Dragon there, no doubt about it, brother.
He has been the second most targeted player since Kenny Pickett has become the starter. Christian says, where do you guys rank Zach Ertz rest of season? He's right around that tight end 5 to 6 range, I would say, for me.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. He's still up there, so he's going to get opportunity until Hollywood comes back. Maybe he gets more opportunity if he does somehow. We'll see.
Brandon says, should I consider starting JT over Dameon Pierce? You know, Dameon Pierce's matchup is pretty tough this week.
It is tough.
Versus your Giants. Whereas Jonathan Taylor goes up against the Raiders. Where do you lean here? I can't believe this is a conversation that we're having, but it's a real legitimate conversation. Dameon Pierce and Jonathan Taylor.
Based off matchup, based off a new head coach, non-experienced head coach. I'm gonna go JT. I love Pierce. It is a tough matchup, and I do believe the bye weeks do account for something. A lot of the Giants' defensive players are getting healthy outside of Xavier McKinney. Obviously, if you guys know, you know. And then
dumbass.
You freaking idiot. So just I like Dameon Pierce. I think he will still get some good opportunity. I think he will get you a good even 10, maybe 15 points, Dameon Pierce, but I think Jonathan Taylor is definitely going to get you that. But his ceiling is so much higher against the Raiders. So that's how I'm seeing it right now. So give me JT coming back.
Yeah, it hasn't popped up just yet, but we got a super chat here from Jason. Jason, thank you so much for the super chat. As you guys know, we answer super chats straight away. They get priority. Thank you so much for your donation. That is very kind of you. He says, what's up, guys? Monty or Metcalf, Dak or Tua? Let's start, I think, with the first one, which was the Monty or Metcalf. Monty has a pretty good matchup, but I think I'm still going to go Metcalf here. In what should be a competitive game, Tampa Bay's defense isn't as scary as it has been in previous years. Secondary is still pretty decent, but I'm going to go Metcalf here over Monty. But that's a very tough one. You agree?
Yeah, I completely agree. And then Dak or Tua.
Yeah.
Tua's playing the Browns. Dak is playing the Packers.
He'll just make a donation.
I think I'm going Tua.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm okay with Tua. I love the upside, the weapons there. Waddle, Jeff Wilson coming in. Tyreek Hill. He finds ways. And he's felt really consistent.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm really happy of starting to.
And the cool thing about this team is typically the points come through the air for them as well. It's not like a run-focused team, which a lot of people were worried about. Tua's been incredible. I mean, the last 2 weeks, he's scored over 29 points in a 6-point passing touchdown format. So Dak is going to be good. I'll say this. I don't believe that Dak or Tua, that decision is going to lose or win you your week. Do you know what I mean? But, that's what we would go. So we're on the same page there, Metcalf and Tua. Thank you so much for the donation, brother. Really, really appreciate that. Over on Twitch, Basoxer says, hey, fellas, Pickens or Judy this week? That's a really good question. I'm probably going Judy.
Yeah, I'm going Judy.
But it is a lot closer than people realize. And I think Pickens has a really good matchups coming up here. So
I think next week is the week that we're going to say Pickens over a lot of people.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And once again, especially with Chase being gone now, a bye week, TJ Watt's coming back, which means you're going to get a lot more opportunities on the field. I think it's going to be huge.
We'll go Judy this week, but it's close.
Yeah, it is very close.
All right, so back over to YouTube. Yeah. The next one was from Dimitri. Says CMC going to drop at least 25 points against the Chargers.
Hopefully.
Probably. I mean, very high chance. CB says, hey guys, need one wide receiver and one flex. Olave, Lazard. Olave is my auto start.
Agreed.
and we have to flex someone as well.
It's either Monra or Swifts for me.
I'm going Amon-Ra there. Olave and Amon-Ra for me.
I'll rock with you. Yeah, let's go Monra there as well.
Yeah, Swift is definitely, he makes it interesting, but would it surprise anyone if Swift and Craig Reynolds have the same amount of carries tomorrow? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we need trust rebuilt with Swift this week, and I think we probably will get it. But yeah, Saints D with no Lattimore or Seattle. Oof, I think there's better starts than those.
Surely there's better starts there, Michael. Let us know. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think there should be some better starts than those on your waivers this week. So the Saints, who do they play? The Saints play the Steelers.
The Saints play the Steelers, and then obviously the Seahawks in Tampa. I think there should be somebody better. Let us know if there's anyone else. If I had to choose, I'm going the Seahawks just the way they've been playing, but it's not gonna be sexy in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Just some names I would start over them. Broncos, Giants, which I picked up on the waivers this week. Titans. I probably would go Chiefs even over them. Okay. Rams. So yeah, just some names. Gabriel.
Hey guys, would you start Sutton over DK, Palmer over Mooney, or keep all those three in my lineup? So I'm starting DK over Sutton.
Yep.
And I'm starting Palmer over Mooney.
I am, but I want Mooney in my lineup if I can. Like, I'm going Mooney over Sutton this week, for example.
Yes, I would agree on that.
But I am going DK over Sutton and Palmer over Mooney as well. But again, I want Mooney in my lineup if I can. Gavin says, PPR need to sit too. Najee, Singletary. Is that Cam Sims?
No, I think that's Curtis Samuel.
Oh, Curtis Samuel. My bad. Pickens. Okay. I talked about this as well on our Patreon stream. I was like, how funny it would be if John Wolford comes in and A-Rob has just like a career game. Sit two. Hollins and A-Rob.
Oh, man. Yeah.
This is a tough question.
I was thinking of sitting A-Rob personally. I mean, yeah, A-Rob, but Curtis Samuel, Philly's tough defense. He should get some garbage time points potentially. Yeah, give me Hollins and A-Rob. I'm sitting them. Sitting those two.
Thank you, Paroli. Appreciate you. Perry says start one, flex. Start one, flex two. Okay, start one, flex two. Which means start three, right?
Which means start three.
Devonta Smith, Rondale Moore, Jamal Williams, or Mostert.
Top three, right there. Devonta Smith, Rondale Moore, Jamal Williams. Those are my top three.
Yeah, agreed. Mostert is a sit, if that's the question. I hope it is.
Yeah.
Rate the squad. Akshay. It's a good squad, brother. Brady, Fournette, Kenneth Walker. I mean, it's a good squad. I would say wide receivers right now probably where you're lacking a little bit. But you got Chase who's coming back. Hopefully Keenan comes back. Thielen's a nice piece there as well. I mean, I'll put it as like a B+. Feel free to message us on the fantasy hotline if you have any other questions about it. But on this stream, we're trying to get like through some direct questions. But you got your fantasy hotline as always, so feel free to hit us up over on Discord through that Patreon membership.
Yeah.
Dulcich or Everett? That's a good question. I'm probably going Everett, even though Dulcich has been very good and will continue to be good. But I just like Everett's. I like Everett's involvement a little bit more.
Agreed. Perry, stream quarterback, Danny Dimes, Russell Wilson, or Keenan Allen. Oh my gosh.
I'm assuming that's Keenum as in
Case Keenum. Not Keenan Allen, Case Keenum.
Yeah.
I think you still have to ride with Russ.
Yeah, I'm going to go Russell Wilson as well.
Still have to ride with Russ, personally.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting drunk. Yeah, everyone's getting drunk on the Sutton wagon. Down to 3 wheels. One more about to come off. Let's see what happens, man.
I think the Broncos wagon in general has been rough this year. Lamb or Amon-Ra rest of season? I'm going to Amon-Ra, but it's very close.
I think both said that as well.
It's very close.
Gav, PPR, Yuko, Devonta Smith. I think we will both say Devonta Smith based off matchup this week.
Yeah. How good do y'all think Devonta Foreman can be rest of season? It's going to be very much dependent on matchup. He was one of my starts of the week this week, and I was telling a lot of people to start him in our previous live stream this week because the matchup was incredible. but he looks good. Like he always, like he just looks really good.
He does.
He's got some good matchups, man. Baltimore's they're not anywhere near like a top defense. Denver's not a good matchup. But after that, Seattle, the Steelers, and the Lions, some pretty good matchups, man. I mean, I feel like rest of season, he could be a top 20 guy for sure. He has that outcome.
I agree. Let's see what happens. We'll see if he can maintain it.
Yeah.
Wahab, Debo, Palmer, or Lockett.
This is a trap question.
It's either Debo or Lockett for me. I think with security, I'm going Lockett. Debo coming off an injury, maybe he'll be starting a little bit limited. He is playing on Sunday night though, so that could be another opportunity. Again, the Chargers give up a lot of points, though.
This is tough, man.
This is tough.
I'm going Debo, but I genuinely do not know who's going to score more points.
I think Lockett is a safer play. Debo has the highest upside, but can also have a really low floor based off of him coming off an injury. That's my thought process. Let's go Lockett, but I don't think it's the wrong answer personally, Debo or Lockett. I think Palmer would be the wrong answer out of those three.
Yeah, and he might even be the right one. Like that's
He
that's
might
the
even
trap
be the
question.
right one. That
Bully
is.
says, do y'all see JT having a good day tomorrow or another rough one? Bully, what I can tell you for sure is that he's going to get a lot of work. With Jeff Saturday, we know that he wants to run the ball. That's just in his blood, in his veins. So if he's healthy, I feel like you can guarantee 20 touches. Now, what will those touches turn out to be? We don't know. But that's what I can guarantee you is he's going to get a lot of opportunities if he's healthy. Robbie says, I have Kyler on my team and Jimmy G as my backup. Well,
we had this question
we had this question earlier. I think the overall consensus is if Kyler plays, you play him. But if not, at least you have Jimmy G and he plays a night game. And then
we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Christian said, I'm so bummed if I trade away CD for Amon-Ra. I have gotten mixed feelings from many people.
Like, pick your poison. There's not a huge difference between them.
It's so close. That's the thing.
Abraham says, hey guys, I have Jacobs, Sanders, Jefferson, Pittman, Hawkins. Okay, what's the question? I feel like I'm lacking running backs and decent wide receiver too.
Should I trade any of these guys for anyone?
These kind of questions are very open-ended, guys, on these kind of streams where we got tons of questions back to back to back. We're trying to just hit you with some quick answers to help out as many people as possible. We do help people out over on DMs in our Patreon, people on our fancy hotline. But with this kind of question, it's very open-ended, so try and give us a more direct question. We'd be happy to help. Tamian says, will Etienne continue to produce like this? No one wants Mixon. Will he still be solid running back option going forward? What do I do with Palmer? All right, again, a very open-ended question. But Etienne's going to continue to have a bunch of opportunities. I think matchups are going to determine if he keeps putting up 20-point games, but he's still the focal point of the offense, which is good. As far as Mixon goes, we don't like his playoff schedule, but if you can't get any value for him, then you can't move him. Definitely willing to move Mixon, though.
Exactly.
Will be a wide receiver 2 going forward. He'll be probably around that range, top 24-ish. CD or Amon-Ra this week? Is that the question? I'm going to Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I'm going to Amon-Ra as well.
Michael,
Arizona defense.
Yeah, what do you think here?
Rams defense, Indy defense, Chicago defense, Minnesota. Who the Vikings play again?
The Vikings play the Bills.
No. So that's a no. Chicago's a no.
I'll probably go Rams here.
Indy's a no. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Pitt. I'm seeing Pitt. Yep, I'm going Pitt.
Tamian says, in 16-man PPR, is Gallup worth the roster? Definitely in a 16-man, he is. If no Stafford, I lean Arizona. Okay, I think he's answering someone's questions. Yeah, Abraham says, good. Would you trade Jefferson for A.J. Brown and St. Brown?
St. Brown. If you need the wide receiver depth, I actually would
if it improves your starting lineup, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Najee Sutton at flex.
This is where the rubber meets the road, brother. What are you thinking? I mean, I think I'm gonna go.
In this scenario, I will go Sutton.
Najee plays the Saints. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sutton as well.
Saints are pretty tough.
That's hell. Walker or D-Hop?
D-Hop.
Probably D-Hop. Actually, D-Hop's got Ramsey, man.
D-Hop does have Ramsey, but we've seen this before. We've seen that before, haven't we? We've seen them.
Yeah, but we have seen Ramsey win that matchup in different scenarios.
Not the same Ramsey, though. Nah.
Is it not? I'm going Hopkins, but it's close.
And he's been struggling. He has been struggling this year. Like, the Rams defense as a whole been struggling.
I actually feel like I lean Ken Walker if it's not Kyler Murray. As crazy as that sounds. If Kyler doesn't play, I think I am going to go Ken.
I agree. If Kyler doesn't play, I'll go Ken. If he does play, I'm going Kyler. Completely agree on that one.
Yeah. CD or Pierce full PPR. Got Amon-Ra and a lot. Okay. CD or Pierce.
CD or Pierce.
Firstly, I'm starting both of CD and Pierce over Pickens this week, if that's an option for you.
Yes, I would do. I would start CD over Pickens.
Sit of all of these guys, even though I like his matchup.
Agreed.
But CD for Pierce. Okay, it's a question as a trade is what I'm realizing. It's even value there. If you need running back, go running back. If you need wide receiver, go wide receiver there. It's genuinely even value.
Well, he says he got Amon-Ra, Olave, Godwin, Pickens. I guess there's no point of getting Pickens or CD if you need Pierce, right?
Yeah, but we don't know if he has like 5 running backs that he loves as well. So team need, I think, is important there. Shelton, what's up? He says, would Deontay Johnson be a good start over Michael Pittman? I think I am starting Deontay over Pittman, but I have low expectations for both of them. John Wolford is set to start. Okay, so we just got a report from the Fantasy Life app.
Rams Cardinals is a backup quarterback.
So John Wolford set to start barring any drastic change per source. This is according to Jeremy Fowler with Matthew Stafford and concussion protocol. So now, and this can change, guys, but as of right now, as we are on this stream, it looks like John Wolford will start for the Rams.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray to test hamstring pregame, but a source expressed skepticism based on progress. So it might be backup city here in Rams versus Cards, but it looks like of the two, you would say Kyler Murray has the better chance to play.
Yes, exactly.
From what this is telling us.
Exactly. I would do that. We'll see what happens.
Walker or Amari in my flex. Amari
against the Dolphins.
Yeah, Amari has the Dolphins.
Amari against the Dolphins.
The Dolphins secondary isn't bad.
Yeah, it's been up and down.
Yeah. I'm probably going Amari.
Yeah, it's fairly even. It's really close, but I am going Amari as well. That's what I would do. Oliver, hey fellas, Deshaun Watson available in my league. Should I stash him? Absolutely. If you don't, that's what I would do. He was one of the guys that said he should pick up and stash.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
We're kind of on the same page there, but I think format's important as well. Like, is it a super flex league? Then absolutely, for sure. In a 1 quarterback league, if you have the spot, yes. But if you got like a 5 bench team, I'd rather pick up handcuff running backs and, try and see if anyone gets injured. That, kind of find value that way. So I think it depends on the context. But
agreed.
But yeah.
Agreed.
Overall, yes, if you have the spot.
Cold World Radio on 61 cent this week to win this week. So looking for more of a better floor 4-point PPR passing tight end.
Touchdown, yeah. I'm going Kirk here.
Going Kirk as well, 100%. Daniel Jones or Kirk.
By the way, be careful, Cole, because those projections on any app, guys, if any app gives you projections, they aren't worth anything. I promise you. So be careful. Sutton, McLaurin, or Gibson. Need one for flex.
I'm going Sutton here still. I'm believing in the bounce back. It's a trap, though. I don't like Terry against the Eagles. Actually, the best matchup here is Gibson.
I'm going
The best opportunity is Gibson here.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Should you start him? I don't like it, but I'm going Sutton because I'm believing the bounce back.
Yeah. I can understand where you're coming from. I think the reason I'm going Terry is because Taylor Heineke has this undying faith, which I love for Terry. So if Terry's in double coverage, you can fully anticipate at least 3 targets going his way in double coverage and potentially 9 to 10 targets on the game. So I'll go Terry. Last time he played Philly, Terry was able to put up 16 points with Carson Wentz. Even if it's garbage time, Terry, I think, is prioritized differently than some of these other guys that are options. So I'll take Terry here this week.
Yeah. Since my opponent has Eckler and Jacobs, I have Mixon and JT, but had to use Foreman since Mixon was on a bye. JT, please give me some more
Let's
good
see.
points.
It's possible.
Let's see. Josh Allen, Justin Fields. Wow. I think Josh Allen will be limited.
I can't believe we're here.
Josh Allen should be started in all formats if he does start. Just be aware that Josh Allen might be limited to where Justin Fields could have a higher upside. You still start Josh Allen, but know that the ceiling, the expectation won't be as high this week. So you can take your gamble there starting Justin Fields, but that's what I would say. That's what I would say.
Go Justin Fields here.
That's what I would say.
Fields. I know it's probably crazy. If Josh Allen's healthy, I'm going Josh Allen, but
yeah,
I'm going Justin Fields here, and it might be crazy, but I think Justin Fields has another top 5 week in him here versus Detroit.
We'll see. Sorry, I'm just getting a phone call. 1 second.
Gerard says, would you trade Jalen Hurts if you have Geno as a backup? Depends on what for. If I can get a starting running back, starting wide receiver, and that really helps out my starting lineup, or I can get, a tight end upgrade, then yeah, I'm down. MP says, my boys coming at you from Singapore. I love it. It's not lunchtime yet, but the food is banging, pippin'. MP, it's good to have you on the stream, brother. Thanks for joining us. What are you doing in Singapore? That's my question, but glad to have you on the stream. You just missed the Singapore GP as well. Michael says, word, just in Matt Stat. Yeah, we got that report. Dimitri Bronson says, pick 2 to start.
Zeke, Dillon, Pickens, Donovan, People.
I'm going Zeke, and if Zeke starts, I'm going Zeke.
Yeah, I'm going exactly.
And then I'm probably going Pickens over Thielen. Honestly, I'm going
Thielen.
I think I'm actually going Pickens and Thielen. My bad. Full PPR. I'm going Pickens and Thielen.
I think if Zeke plays, I'll be okay with starting Zeke.
Shot Boy Killing, I think is the name. But thank you so much for the sub. But yeah, I'm in a full PPR format. I'm going to go Thielen and Pickens there.
Yeah, he also had another question. Should I trade Kamara for Ramondre Stevenson and D-Hop, AJ Brown 100%?
Yeah, if you can get Kamara and one of those wide receiver ones, for sure, we would do that. And my preference would be D-Hop, but
yeah.
Actually, let me look at their rest of season schedules. Do you have a preference there?
No preference. I'm happy with either way. I love both of them. Actually, it'll probably be AJ Brown because D-Hop hasn't had a bye week yet.
Okay,
give me AJ Brown.
That's a good point. If you're fighting for the playoffs, that's important.
Yeah. That's what I would do. Drew, People Jones, Zay Jones, Campbell. I think we'll both say People Jones.
Yeah. Which two? Jonathan Taylor, Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard.
Swifty JT. It's a trap. How about this?
Gosh.
If Zeke does not play, I would be more confident in starting Tony Pollard over Jonathan Taylor. But I am still starting DeAndre Swift over. I'm still starting DeAndre Swift is my lock-in.
Marcos, can I be 100,000% transparent and honest with you? I have no idea. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. I don't even know who's going to score more points between Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift.
There it is.
I don't know, dude. If I had to make this decision in my league, I think I'm going Jonathan Taylor and Jamal Williams. DeAndre Swift could have a really good game. He could also be limited. I do not know what his role will be. Jamal Williams, regardless, I think, is going to get goal line opportunities. And Jonathan Taylor should get a lot of run with the new head coach who loves running the ball. So, holy crap, I don't know. But that will be my answer. Bubby says just traded Jefferson, Stevenson, and Conklin for Pitts and 23-25 first. Good move. So you traded Justin Jefferson, Ramondre Stevenson. Conklin doesn't really matter too much for me. For Pitts, if that is Justin Jefferson, it depends if this is tied in premium or not. And I'm a huge Kyle Pitts guy here, but if that's Justin Jefferson, I think you should have got a little more value.
I would have kept Justin Jefferson personally.
I'm not a huge Stevenson guy in Dynasty. He's been great in redraft, but I still don't buy that he's the only guy going to be there next year. But Justin Jefferson alone is worth about 3 to 4 firsts. And then Ramondre right now you could probably say is worth a first.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, my bigger question for Bubby is where are those first going to be? You couldn't really tell me in 2025, but if that 23 first is like top 3, then I think it's more even.
Yeah,
I don't think you got screwed either way, but yeah, hard one to gauge without context.
Yeah. Jeff, full PPR, choose two more Devonta Smith and Swift. I'm going Swift and Devonta Smith.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Pooch. This is a really open-ended question, Pooch. We tell this to anyone who kind of sends us an open-ended question. With these streams, we have so many people asking questions. We try and get through them as quickly as possible. We do help people out with their teams over on Patreon through our DMs, the fancy hotline. If you have a more direct question, let us know. We'd be happy to help. But just for the sake of the stream, we can't really break down your team at this point, unfortunately. But send us a direct question here on the stream. We'd be happy to answer. A healthy player is always the best player. Wendy,
Amen.
hi. I have a need at defense this week. I have Lamar Jackson, Jacoby Myers, Keenan Allen on my bench. The Pats is my defense. Who should I drop this week?
Oh my gosh, that is the worst possible position. At this point, honestly,
you drop the Pats defense.
Yeah,
you don't drop any of these players.
Yeah, you have to, but at the same time, I don't want to. I'm in the same position. And I don't want to drop the Patriots defense.
You can stream defense, like
I know, but I think the Patriots defense, the way I'm seeing it, has a couple key matchups there leading up to the playoffs.
Sure,
that they can get a really good amount of points. Especially if somebody's gonna, once they see the Patriots defense fall, they're gonna put in a waiver claim for it. But yeah, you have to drop the Patriots defense. You're not dropping any of those players.
Yeah, it's a tough spot, but there's no way you can drop any of those other guys. In a 12-team league, all those other guys have huge trade value. Yeah, you just can't do that. Bully says, since my opponent has Eckler, though, I'm a Hawks fan. I hope the 49ers don't let him get nothing. Let's see. Aaron Jones or Pollard rest of season. I'm still going Aaron Jones.
Same.
But it's getting close. Dropped Carr for Fields. I did too, whoopsie. I just did it 1 week late. I did that a week ago. Yeah. Last week, Justin Fields was my start of the week, and I dropped Derek Carr, who in week 8 got me 3 points. I unfortunately did it 1 week too late because I would have won both of those games if I did.
Yeah.
Shelton says Deontay is on waivers, and he's the only player I can drop is Pat Freiermuth.
Surely there's somebody else you can drop. Unless you're like a 10-man league or something, Shelton.
Yeah.
Which will make sense. But if you're a 12-man league, surely there's somebody else you can do there.
I mean, Pat Freiermuth is being targeted a lot from Kenny Pickett, and the tight end position is so unreliable, you can't drop Pat. I would rather have Pat right now than Deontay Johnson in fantasy. I would with the state of the tight end position, but Deontay Johnson should absolutely be rostered. There's got to be someone else, unless it's like an 8-man league. Patrick,
I think it might be that.
Just traded Najee for Amon-Ra and Rondell for Godwin. I like both of these trades. Good. Yeah,
good trades. 100%.
Yeah, well done. Very good job.
Shot boy
killing. Pollard, Palmer, Singletary, or Wandale. Pick 2 full PPR. Palmer
and Wandale. If Zeke doesn't play, I'm going Pollard. That's what I would say.
Yeah, for me, it's Palmer and Pollard. That would be my answer.
Easy.
Abraham, what do you guys think about Jacobs and Sanders rest of the season? I think they're both going to be just fine. I wouldn't worry too much. Obviously, I prefer Josh Jacobs because he is pretty much the focal point of his offense. He's had a couple down games, but he's still been getting a ton of work on the ground, so I'm not too worried about Josh Jacobs. Miles Sanders, on the other hand, looked really, really good versus Houston. He's got a couple good matchups coming up. So I feel fine with both of these guys. They don't have terrible matchups in the playoffs. Miles Sanders plays Chicago in the playoffs week 1, which is a good matchup. Then he goes Dallas and New Orleans. So he's on an offense. I don't really that's one of the best in the NFL. I don't worry too much about matchup with him. So yeah, I mean, I think these are still guys that I'm looking to ride rest of season.
Yeah, agreed. I like both of these guys. I just really like Miles Sanders. I think he's definitely a league winner, it feels like right now.
I kind of more just view him as like a flex or an RB2, but league winner is like one of those guys down the stretch that's scoring like 25, 30 points a game. You think he has that upside?
I think he definitely can. And I think for Miles Sanders, especially where you probably drafted him getting 15 to 20 points is so significant for your team right now.
Okay.
Which I think is really good. That's my thought process.
Okay. Wendy, we have 14-team league, only 3 bench spots.
Oh gosh. I have
How
Diggs,
3
Rondell Moore,
bench
and Judy.
spots?
What? Okay, well, if you have 3 bench spots, that means there's a lot of people on waiver wires that continues to keep turning. So like you probably random names here, but you probably have a Cortland Sutton, like you said, a Jerry Judy. You probably have a Wanda Robinson. You probably have like you said, a Deontay Johnson. Like there's a lot of like those mid players that are available. So if you can drop him and then maybe get somebody else later on, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I think Jacoby Myers would be the person I would drop if you have to.
Yeah,
But again,
what I
I
would
don't
say.
want to drop Jacoby Myers. Now, look, yeah, if thank you so much for the sub, Daniel. The state of your waiver wire is the much more important question here. You're saying you only have 3 bench spots in your team, which is crazy. That's wild. I was just seeing if that report was, yeah, Matt Stafford's probably not going to play, guys. Yeah, so if there's like a bunch of options all over your waiver wire, then, you know, that's a different story. But overall, I don't want to drop any of those guys. Jacoby would be my answer if I have to, but again, I don't want to drop him.
Yeah.
Tough spot to be in.
Whoopsie.
We okay?
So Miles Sanders. Yeah, so Miles Sanders and Etienne. We'll both say Etienne.
Yeah, you got to start Etienne.
Dimitri is responding to Wendy.
Drop Keenan Allen. I mean, we're not dropping Keenan Allen, but you guys got to make your decisions there for sure. Daniel says, should I trade Mixon for Lockett and Christian Kirk? I need wide receivers. My starters are Amon-Ra and Mooney. My running backs are Saquon and Dameon Pierce. Mixon for Lockett and Kirk.
I'm okay with that.
That's pretty even value. I mean,
I'm okay with that.
I would prefer to trade Mixon for like a more like solidified, trustworthy option, rather than like a 2-for-1.
Right.
I'm gonna try and give you an example, like a T. Higgins, a Amon-Ra, a Waddle, Hopkins, those names. But if you can't do it, then I think that's pretty good. And I think more importantly, if it helps your starting lineup as a whole, then I'm good with that move. Like, for example, if Lockett and Kirk are both going to be in your starting lineup with Amon-Ra and Mooney, and it helps your entire starting lineup as a whole, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Yeah,
Sanders has
been a very, very good value this year. Shelton says it's a 12-man league, but we only have 5 bench spots, and my bench spots are Deshaun Watson, Joe Mixon. What was the question earlier? Okay. Deontay. I mean, if it's a 1 quarterback league, I'm dropping Deshaun Watson for Deontay Johnson.
Exactly. 100%. That's exactly what I would do.
As a Dragon. Sure, yeah. If it's a 1 quarterback league, I'm assuming you already have a starting quarterback. You would ideally want to hold Watson on your bench, but at the same time, in a 1 quarterback league, he means a little bit less. JT, what's the question?
JT, yeah.
I mean, you should get a lot of opportunities this week, but I'm not sure what your question is there, brother. Rodney, choose tight end Schultz or Higbee.
I'll go Schultz here now that Matthew Stafford's out.
Same.
On Gordon or Rachaad White. I think they're both pretty even, no?
I'm going to go to Rachaad White here because I really don't like the matchup for Melvin Gordon. You have to go
Titans,
Melvin.
hey.
You got to go Melvin, man.
You have to go Melvin. That's what I was thinking.
You have to go
Melvin. I was just looking up Rachaad, and he's getting more and more work, but it's not there yet.
The time hasn't happened, and maybe it's this week, but you can't be caught out. Honestly, after the bye week, might be a different story for Rachaad White.
Maybe.
No worries, Wendy.
Thinking Rondell Moore or Adam Thielen.
That's a really tough one.
I'm going Adam Thielen based off the matchup. Josh Allen's playing. Should be a high-scoring game. They need to get Thielen involved.
I think if Kyler Murray plays, I'm going to go Rondell still.
No worries. Jonah, desperate for a win.
Adam Thielen, if not.
How much fab should I be spending on Colt McCoy and or John? The person I'll be spending my fab on is Colt.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually pick up John Wolford. I'd rather start a different person in my flex if it's super flex.
Literally anyone. Yeah, I mean if you can find somebody.
He only asked this question if it's super flex. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming
exactly.
it is.
So I mean, Colt. I'll do Colt, and I mean, I'm not gonna spend a lot of fab, honestly.
No, like 10% of my fab.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much. Dante, pick 3 wide receiver standard. Hopkins, Amon-Ra, Kirk, Lazard. Hopkins, Amon-Ra, Kirk.
Yeah, agreed.
That's what I would do.
Yes, I do.
Um,
Got Prescott as my quarterback. Then yeah, I would. Watson is who I would drop for Deontay Johnson. I know it sounds crazy, but as much as I've even advocated for Deshaun Watson and Mark Cooper in the playoffs, at the same time, like you would in a one quarterback format, you definitely prefer a wide receiver like Deontay over a potential starting quarterback at some point where you can stream the quarterback position. Abraham says, "What do you think of Boyd rest of season?" Yeah, Boyd is. I mean, look, he's a good play until Chase is back. When Chase is back, he's right back into that boom bust category.
Agreed. I completely agree.
Lincoln says, if I want to trade for Chase and Dynasty, would giving DK, Greg Dulcich, and an extra mid-second be too little or too much? It's a half tight end premium league.
Too much.
Tight ends get 2.5 points. Wow, so it's not even a half point. It's a full 1.5 point.
Yeah. Well, then if you're giving up Greg Dulcich for Chase, it's too much.
That's what I would say. Not like straight up, but you're saying like in the package.
In the package, right? You're getting DK and Greg and a tight end extra second, 0.5. No.
Probably a little bit too much. That is a huge premium, by the way, Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's a huge premium. 2.5 points.
But he also says, I started Dulcich, but I don't need him because I have Kelsey, Ertz, and Bellinger. Right. Okay, well, why don't you trade Kelsey? Older guy.
Unless Dynasty. You're competing right now, though. If you're competing right now, thank you so much for the donation, Jay. We'll get to your question right after this one. If you're competing right now, you would have to keep Kelsey, you know?
Yeah. I definitely agree on that with the competing. Or Ertz.
Yeah, if you can take away that second, that feels a little more even for me.
Mm-hmm. Jay, thank you so much for the donation, brother. We appreciate you. Star 2, Hopkins, Chris Olave or JT. I think we will both say if Kyler Murray plays D-Hop and then Chris Olave is a smash start for both of us.
So let's say Kyler doesn't play then.
Kyler doesn't play.
It's probably the same.
Yeah. Kyler doesn't play. The reason why it's probably still the same because I'm actually really confident in Colt McCoy. Once again, we've seen the history with him and on that team. Had I think once again a 3-game winning streak with this team before. D-Hop feels really comfortable. Can we go back to the year that he lost or that Kyler Murray got hurt? I'll try to find it if you want to continue to answer questions.
I think I agree with what Badake's saying there. But, man, I wouldn't be surprised if JT has one hell of a game this week. I would not be surprised. Man, that is tough. That is a tough question, Jay. I want to be 100% honest and transparent with you. I couldn't tell you who's going to score the least amount of points out of these guys, but I would go D-Hop and Olave with my options if it's full PPR, assuming. Thank you so much for the donation.
The last time, just to let you know, Colt McCoy, in a fantasy perspective, he played 3 games. Played San Francisco at 18 points. Week 10, Carolina only had 1 point. Week 11, 23 plus fantasy points. But those 3 games, he was also missing DeAndre Hopkins.
So D-Hop didn't play.
DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray both got injured at the same time. Both came back at the same time.
I'm going to just... I actually need to change my answer. We have no information on how Colt McCoy is going to prioritize D-Hop. Exactly. If it is no Kyler Murray, Jay, I actually have to go Olave and Jonathan.
I would agree there.
Thank you so much for the donation, Jason. We'll get right to your donation, right to your question after this one.
I thought they played last time, but actually he missed time. So
if Kyler plays, it's D-Hop and Olave for us. If Kyler doesn't play, it's Olave and JT for us. That is our final answer. Thank you so much for the donation. We are going to get to everyone's questions, but we obviously prioritize these super chats first. Jason, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate you. He says, my parlay bets. Thoughts. Bears beat Lions over 48.5 points. Cold weather. Okay. Vikings beat Bills with Josh Allen's injury, I assume. Seahawks beat Bucks. Please be honest. Okay. I'll start with the last one. I like the Seahawks over Bucks. Because the Seahawks are a better team right now. Like, for whatever reason, in the betting world, people are still giving the Bucks, or still making the Seahawks the underdogs here, I think. That's the Tom Brady effect, really. But the Seahawks are the better team here. They just are. Bears over Lions, I like. The over is interesting because I could see a scenario in which the over doesn't hit. The one I'm unsure of is the Vikings beating the Bills. That's the one I'm unsure of. But I like them all. I can see them all happening.
I can see them all happening as well. Bears Lions over is the one that definitely scares me. Yeah. I actually think the Vikings do have a high probability of winning now.
Agreed.
With Josh Allen's injury, because once again, I don't believe he's going to throw the ball as much as we expect him to, like he has in the past couple weeks.
The Bills are pretty beat up, so like it's not a bad bet. They're pretty beat up on defense.
Yeah. So, and Vikings are coming back. They are on a great win streak. They acquired TJ Hawk. Instantly contributed. So let's see what happens. Good luck, brother. That's all I can say.
Overall
Good
thoughts
luck.
are, I think all of these are plausible.
Overall, I think you would get 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
if I be completely honest.
You'll get 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
but
it's a classic when you're betting.
Yeah, that's what typically happens. But best of luck to you. I hope you get some good cash flow return. Just quickly on Twitch, St. Louis Rams fan says his Foreman a must start every week. I think it's going to be dependent on matchups still.
Agreed.
Saucy Llama, you're the next question.
Here we go.
He says Rondale Moore if Kyler's out, or Gibson, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Matt Collins, or Jamal with Swift. I would go Jamal over these options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would go Jamal, exactly.
Trey says, evening, gents. Full PPR, Judy or Palmer? Let's start with that one. I'm going Palmer.
Judy or Palmer.
Keeping in mind that Jason Verrett just went out for the year. I'm going Palmer there.
I'll go Palmer with you there. I love Judy. I think it's very, very close. I am going to go Palmer, though.
Do we think Zeke is playing is the next question. And honestly, that's a true game time decision from what we know.
Yeah.
I would lean towards him probably not playing because they would want him kind of healthy for this stretch run that they're going to have.
Yeah, especially like you said, he has a. Well, you didn't say that. I'm in a bye week hell, so if he's out, I have Rashad White. Look, I'm in the same position. Does he play this week? I don't see why not. Personally, I mean, actually, not that I don't see why not. I don't see why they wouldn't rest him to start going into the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna need him.
Yeah, exactly.
So rest him one more week. You have Tony Pollard. You saw what Tony Pollard did while he was out. He picked up great. So,
but the good news is this is going to be one of those ones where in the next like 4 to 5 to 8 hours in that time frame, you're going to have a report that comes out is likely or is unlikely to play. So
if he does play though,
if he plays, you start him over White.
I think he might be limited, but you do start him over White.
Yeah, that's what Rashad White is like a decent dart throw if he doesn't. Rodney, I've been watching Bachelor in Paradise. I got no problems coming on our stream and saying I love Bachelor Nation, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I watch it with my wife. At first, I thought it was ridiculous, and I was like, I mean, this shit is entertaining, man. So, anyway, shout out to Rodney. Just got his heart broken. Shout out to Rodney, my guy who's never going to see this stream in his life.
Shout out to
Hello,
Rodney.
once again, from Marshall Islands.
What? Marshall Islands?
What is Marshall Islands?
I'm looking it up right now. Marshall Islands.
It's a country in the ocean.
Are sprawling chains of the volcanic islands and coral atolls in the Central Pacific Ocean between Hawaii and the Philippines. In the northern and west Bikini atolls, largely undisturbed waters.
Holy crap! It looks beautiful.
I didn't even. How is this an island?
Dude,
it actually is.
Marshall Islands is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. This is crazy. We should go there.
Yeah, why not?
That's sick though. That's what's up,
dude. That is a really cool thing. I feel like I should actually just take time out and show people.
Shout out for taking your time and like joining us. I mean, I feel like islands like that in like a rural area is like not easy to get internet in. Maybe we should answer this question before like something bad happens over there, like internet goes out. Not something bad. I'm just thinking of like It was probably hard to get internet. I would assume
Okay,
it's in the
so
island.
we're over here, and he's right here. I mean, oh my God, it's beautiful,
No, that's what's up.
dude. Anyway, welcome.
His question was, should I start both Schultz and Higbee at flex instead of Gordon and White? It's kind of complicated who to start.
Yeah, we answered this one. We're both going Schultz, and we're both going Melvin Gordon. I know it's a tough one.
Oh yes,
and
we did.
We couldn't really like.
We did.
People need to understand in these streams as well. We don't have a magic ball. We can't tell you exactly what's going to happen. We can only tell you the moves that we would make and give you our rationale. But with Schultz, he's starting to develop, not even develop, but pick back up on that chemistry that he had with Dak Prescott last year. 7 targets last time out versus Chicago. Mm-hmm. So Schultz is looking like he's starting to become a better option. And then as far as Gordon White goes, Melvin Gordon is probably going to have more opportunities to score a touchdown. If the Bucs get towards the goal line, you would think it's Leonard Fournette in there, not Rachaad White. So
yeah,
we would both go Schultz and Melvin. But thank you so much for the comment. That's very cool.
That's awesome.
Dante, one league, should I start Josh Allen or Jimmy? Josh Allen. In another league, should I start Allen or Tua? Tua. I'm going Josh Allen and Tua with those questions.
Yeah, say less.
Jeff says, my team is Geno. Any moves I should try and make? Hey, guys, anytime you guys ask these kind of questions, we always reply and say these are very open-ended questions. We get a lot of questions on these streams.
Yeah, it's
so
tough.
Please give us a more direct question. We do break down people's teams for them, but that's over on our Patreon through our fancy hotline. So try and give us a more direct question, Jeff. We'd be happy to help, but hopefully you understand we answer a ton of questions on this live stream. Apsar over on Twitch says, in a sticky spot, have Murray and Stafford both rostered. Quarterback waiver is a wasteland. Should I start Jacoby Brissett or Andy Dalton? I think I'm going Brissett this week. What about you?
I want Jacoby. I like his matchup this week. If I'm not mistaken, he was one of my based off of the matchup. Dolphins actually give up a lot of points to the quarterback position. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the most points to the quarterback position. So I am starting Jacoby Brissett.
Lincoln says, I'm a win now team, so I need to keep Kelsey. He's a big part of my team. Christian says JT or Palmer. We're going JT.
Yep.
Stash Traylon Burks. Yes, definitely. I talked about this on our Patreon, our supporter-only stream, which we did right before this one, which we do every week to people who support us on YouTube as members and on Patreon. Mm-hmm. But I talked about Treylon Burks. It's so obvious the need for Treylon Burks in this offense. There's no wide receiver that will compete with him for targets. He might not be, given like this 70% snap share week 1 back from this injury, but in the next 3 weeks, I think he can really solidify himself as a really good flex option. So definitely stash him. Round 1 talent. Definitely stash him. Meek says, do I trade CD and Zeke for Adams?
CD and Zeke for Adams. I have pretty good depth. I mean, if you have the depth and the depth at running back specifically, do it, man.
Yeah. Defense start Raiders, Lions, Bucks, Saints, Steelers, and Seahawks.
I like Steelers personally.
I'm fine with the Steelers.
I think the top 2 for me will be Steelers and Raiders. That's what I would do.
Zach, what's up? He says, I'm sure everyone has asked, do you think Allen and Keene are going to split reps? I anticipate if Allen plays, then he's probably taking all the snaps. I don't think they would throw him out there unless they think he can play the full game. But it's really hard to say for sure. But I imagine that if Allen's playing, he's playing the full game.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree there as well.
Yeah.
Abraham dropped Duvernay for Burke.
Yes.
Yes, I definitely would. That's interesting, Zach. I think the Bills rest Allen. Okay.
We'll find out, won't we? I mean, we'll find out very, very soon. Over on Twitch,
I think he might be like a backup. All right, if Case goes down, all right, Josh, like we're just gonna do really, really simple things. Kind of like what who did this past week? Like kind of like what they did with Jameis Winston, but that he's actually just lost his job.
Right.
Yeah.
On Twitch, would you drop Latavius Murray for Kyron Williams?
No, I would not do that. I'm keeping Latavius.
Is Kyron going to play this week?
Not necessarily sure. Let's see. Kyron. I think he is, actually.
I think I'm willing to...
Activated from IR Saturday.
I think I'm willing to do that, to be honest, because not only do you have Melvin Gordon there, you also have Chase Edmonds, who we don't know his role. Whereas Kyron Williams is like, it's unknown. There's a clear need for some running back to step up there. He's a good pass protector. Maybe he can get involved in the air. So I would be willing to do that because I don't think Latavius is some league winner that you're dropping to the waiver wire.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, I would agree in the sense of like, the thought process of Chase Edmonds coming in, so that could be scary. But I think Latavius just has a bigger role here, so
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I'm happy to keep Latavius.
Lincoln says, I just realized I got Dulcich from the guy who owns Chase, and I gave Paris Campbell for him, so he probably doesn't value him that much. Yeah, I mean, if you can keep Dulcich and still do that trade you were talking about, then definitely definitely do that. But yeah, we don't want to really trade Dulcich, especially in your format where tight ends get like 3,000 points a catch.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, guys, I think that's probably it for this week.
Yeah.
Unless there's any last minute questions, do us a favor, drop a like, subscribe. If you don't know much about our channel, we go live multiple times every week. In the off season, we're going to be grinding on our Dynasty channel, which we just started last February. It's been really, really fun to start to break down these 2023 draft prospects, talking about what landing spots could mean for their dynasty value. But yeah, guys, really, really appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us. And we will see you guys very, very soon. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck this week, guys.
Gang, gang. Go see Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
Rest in peace, King.
No, go see it. It's actually good. Bring some tissues with you as well.